Hey dears, welcome back to the channel. It's Anna with you here, and you are in the recent update on the situation here in Spain and all the recent news, especially in our area, which is Valencian community, which is Benidorm, Alicante, Valencia, so the south part of Spain. So let's start with the very positive news. This is just amazing. We've been waiting for it for quite a long time already. And it's the number of cases here in Spain. You know that for quite a long time, we've had almost 40,000 cases per 24 hours and even more. We went up until 48,000, if I'm not wrong, like a few weeks ago. And now, for almost like 4, 5, or even 6 days, a little bit less than a week, the number of cases are decreasing. And yesterday, the amount of cases was 29,064 cases. This is just amazing. I know it's still a huge amount, that's true, but at least it's not 30, it's not 40,000 or more. It's just 29, which means that we reduced it almost by half already from the maximum that we used to have. So finally, the situation seems to get better and stable. It's not stable for now. Of course, to be stable, we need to have the index of people getting sick versus 100,000 of people to be about 50. And the index for now is 846, but it's still decreasing. It means that we went up to the top of the curve and we slowly are getting down like this. So we still need to go all this way down to make it stable, but it's still something. So this is why we are very positive, very happy about it, which means that the measures that have been taken right now in the beginning of January are actually starting to work, but still in the hospitals and in the ICU units, they don't see this improvement for now. It's still needed about 2 weeks for it to be seen actually in the hospitals, not only on the numbers that the government and the Minister of Health is giving us. So the government is basically asking the regions and areas here in Spain not to dismiss all the measures and not to end all the preventive measures that they have in all the different regions, because Madrid has been thinking about, as I've already mentioned yesterday, I think, has been thinking about putting away the lockdown time. So night lockdown time in Madrid is now from 10 till 6, and they want to put it back again from midnight until 6 in the morning, as well as amplify the amount of people available to stay in groups, which is now 4 people, and they want to put it up to 6 people again. But the government asked everyone not to do this because it's still too early to relax, because the amount of cases is still very high, extremely high, and the hospitals and ICU units are basically exploding from the amount of cases. The hospitals are full, so we cannot relax for now. What else is happening? Valencian community has been asked, because our community is one of the one of the main ones where the tourism is very important for us, especially for the jobs and tourism sector in terms of economy. And the president of this region, as well as the scientists and experts, were thinking the same thing, sadly, that it won't be possible to revive, to somehow bring again into our lives the tourism as at least a minimum of tourism by the Easter. So during Easter, it's still quite improbable that people will be able to travel inside the Valencian community, because we are one of the regions with the worst number of cases. So yeah, this is what's basically happening. So Valencian region, no, if you are thinking to travel here, or if you already bought tickets for the hotels, you can still keep them and wait up until like a few weeks before you will travel. But it's very probable that it won't be able to happen, because just doesn't make any sense to travel right now when the situation is that bad, and it's not gonna get better that soon before Easter as we would like it to. What else is happening? There's very important information about the flights. Flights from Brazil and South Africa are suspended, are cancelled due to the new variation, of the virus from South America and South Africa. So Spain decided to cancel all the flights. There will be some flights, though, that are for Spanish citizens that are coming back, or the ones that are flying through Spain, like a transit through Spain to different countries. So the people that are basically just being inside the airport and changing to another flight without actually going out to Spain. Only these ones are allowed. All the other ones are just impossible, are being cancelled. Sadly, but true. This is what's happening. What else is happening here in Spain? There is, government has just approved a help, a small help comparing to what's needed, but still it's something. Approved the law by which people who are paying here a credit for a bank, for example, or like credit for their house, or any other payment, like any other payment that you pay monthly, to postpone it for 9 months, which is very, very good. It's very helpful for people, just because a lot of people here in Spain lost their jobs, or at least they're not gaining that much money as they used to normally. So not everyone can pay all the credits and all the payments that they have every month. And this is basically what's happening. Until 30th of March, people are able to communicate with their bank or with the entity where they have some credits, whether it's for the payment of the house or it's just any other credit. They are able to communicate with them and say that they want to postpone it for 9 months by law, as the government has approved yesterday. There might be still some time left before all the information comes to banks, though. I'm sure that if you contact the bank right now, they'll say that they know it, but they don't have any instructions yet on how to proceed. This is quite possible. So we might need to wait for about like a week or two for them to receive all the necessary instructions. But these people will be able to ask for it, as well as autónomos, the ones who work for themselves and own their own businesses, are also able to ask for this help to not to pay any kind of credits for the period of 9 months, which is almost a year. This will be a big help, but it's not for everyone. It's for the people who has the cost of a credit plus the basic needs, which is light, water, and gas. Like all this in sum is more than 35% of the income, of the monthly income of the person. Then it's considered to be a vulnerable person and vulnerable company in case of autónomo. And in this case, you are able to ask for it. If you are, if you have your, like let's say costs are less than 35% than your income, then sadly this person won't be able to ask for help in this case. What else is happening? Here in Valencian community, and especially in Alicante region, there is a huge problem with the schools, but not all of them. Here in Spain, we have, I think in UK, it's approximately the same thing. In Russia and in Lithuania, it's all together, but here it's not. Here you have like preschool, you have a primary, secondary, then institute, and then like bachelor, and then you go to university. So here in Spain, the ones who are going to the institute, that's like end of secondary school, are planning to go on protests, massive protests here in the community and in the area of Alicante especially, to ask the government to close the secondary schools and the institutes, where there are teenagers up until 18 years old. Why it's happening, and suspend all the exams, stop all the exams for now. Why it's happening? Because these are the schools where the most amount of cases are given inside the different areas of schooling and inside of different years of schooling, due to the fact that these are the teenagers, the children, how you want to call it, doesn't matter. Doesn't change the fact that they are the ones who gather together in groups outside the school. They're the ones who don't wear masks properly. They're the ones who drink something or like smoke or do something together and just take down the mask. We've been seeing it for quite a long time right now here, even in our small town, that's happening. They're gathering like 8, 10, 12, 15 people and staying all the time together, and then they're like spreading the virus in between them, which doesn't happen in the schools that are like preschool or primary, because children in that young age here in Spain don't go outside on their own. They are usually always with their parents, and parents are the ones who control whether the child is wearing a mask, whether or not, whether it's going to talk to some other child, touches something to disinfect hands and all that kind of things, you know. So parents have more control over it, and that this is why in like preschool and primary, early primary years, there are barely any cases comparing with the secondary and like older children. Sad but true. So they will go on 11th of February. They will go on protests to ask the government to cancel the schooling, like presential schooling and exams, and make it everything online, because the amount of cases is very, very high. The last news here is that we have in our Valencian region, very, very happy news, good for us as well. We have the company that produces and created the most safe ever masks, antiviral masks, here in Spain. This is like the best company in Spain ever that's producing masks right now. And these are the FFP2, which are N92 in UK, I suppose. These are the second level of protection, and they protect not only people from you, but they protect you as well from other people. This is the company called Ernatec. I was very surprised when I got to know the name, because these are exactly the masks that we've been buying for my family, and it's very nice to know that we're buying like a very good product. We're buying the black ones because these are the ones that my husband likes. But basically they are the same as white ones. It doesn't matter. The color is just different. The tissue from which it's made, like it's just different. So this is how the logo looks like. It's Ernatec. And this is the box of 5. They're also in a box of 10 and in individual packaging. This is already the empty box, but I have 2 or 3 more in the locker. So basically this says protective mask FFP2, and it says that made in Spain, pure air, Ernatec antiviral. And this is made in Castellón, which is here in Valencian community. So this is a new company that they just established when all this pandemic thing started. And basically they were different specialists from very, very different areas. There were some from tourism, some from bars and restaurants, some from technologies as well. And they created this Ernatec antiviral company just because they've seen that there was a lack of supply in Spain. There were no masks and the price was just cosmic. One of these masks you could buy like for 5 euros or 6 euros, and now it's like €1.23 approximately if you buy more quantity. So the difference is just amazing how big the price was when all this happened. And they gave they gave jobs for contracts and employment and money and wealth for many families. They have right now 250 workers in their company, and daily they produce 360,000 masks of these only, plus all the other ones, surgical masks and different colors. They have it in white, they have it in red ones, pink ones, if I'm not wrong. They have different sizes this is for adults. They have the same for children as well. And the prices are very, very nice, especially if you buy like a bigger quantity. So why not? We're very happy that it's so close to home, and this is why we don't pay that much for them. And these masks actually are so good that they are being exported to Germany. Can you imagine? To Germany, to Austria, and to Swiss. So it's very, very, very nice to know that there is a very, very good product here in Spain in our community, which we are very proud of. This is basically what's happening right now here in Spain. We will also have some elections going on in... Ooh, this was my cat. Don't mind it. We will also be having elections in the Catalonia region soon on the 14th of February. Basically for now, what they wanted initially was that all the people who are even sick and who are in quarantine and they have confirmed COVID would still be able to go and vote, because they say that vote is an essential right of a person, which is true, but taking into consideration that people are sick, it's kind of more important than just voting. And people can vote by email, by just normal post. I mean, it's not necessary to go outside to vote anymore. These times passed already a long time ago. So eventually what's been decided is that these people won't go. Luckily, they won't go to vote. They'll just vote somehow online, and that's it, because it's just not able to have 100% of the people that will be inside the election place secure from this COVID and from the people who are actually who have the virus inside. And it's very dangerous, and it's not needed right now when the amount of cases just began to decrease. It's not needed, this kind of situation. But they wanted to do it. I don't know why, which is not logical, not right, it's not understandable for a lot of people here in Spain. But they are so desperate to have the independence as well that they will go for anything to do so. Basically, this is what's happening. And the last news is that the prices here in Spain for the home, to buy a home here in Spain, to buy a house, a flat, apartment, it doesn't matter, any kind of property, is decreasing. So probably the people who want to buy something just need to wait a little bit more to have a lot better price than they would if the pandemics wouldn't be here. So there is something positive about it as well. Let's stay positive. And the prices in the last 3 semesters went down, and it's still going down. In the last 6 months, it went down 4.4%, which is very, very good. And especially in the places like Madrid and Barcelona, you know, the prices for properties were really high. They were higher than they should be. They were inflated due to being the biggest cities. But now these prices are decreasing as well. So soon it's going to be a very good moment either for investment or for buying your home here in Spain. And right now, the square meter, approximately, the average price is 2,205 euros to buy a house, 1 square meter. This is how it costs right now. And the not very good news is that basically of all the people who want to buy property here in Spain, 67.4%, 67.5% of people, more than a half, a lot more, need financial support from banks, need a credit or some kind of a help to buy this property. They don't have all the entire amount of money needed, which is very, very sad, because before it wasn't like this, but right now people just lost their jobs. They lost all the money that they've been keeping just in case, or to buy the home, and they had to just take all that money and put it for food, for electricity payments, and for all the other payments that they have to confront monthly due to not being able to receive the wage and the salary that they used to receive every month. Sad situation, but this is what we have right now in Spain. At least prices are getting lower, which is very, very good. So these are the news. What about the weather? Weather here in Spain is stable, as always, in our community, but not in the whole Spain. As you can see in the first picture, there are some clouds and strong wind on the north part and the east part as well, and a little bit in the center. All the other part of Spain is sunny. or partially sunny at least. The temperatures are the same exactly as they were yesterday and the day before. It's very, very warm. On the north part of Spain, as you can see, it will be from 11 till 19, center from 6 till 15 degrees, south part from 14 to 22, and Mediterranean between 18 and 26 degrees, which is very, very nice, taking into consideration that it's February. In Alicante will be 24, 25, Barcelona 20, Granada 22, and Sevilla 18, which is in Andalusia, the south part of Spain. Madrid will have 12 degrees, Murcia, the whole 26, which is very, very nice. In Canarian Islands will be 22 degrees, and in Balearic Islands, which is Mallorca, Menorca, and Ibiza, will be 19. And here in Valencia, a little bit north from us, will be also 24. Which is very, very nice. We're enjoying the weather and just taking a few minutes just to go outside and breathe without a mask, even though it's on the terrace, for example, in our house, or just go for a walk in the forest. Just enjoy the weather while we can. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video with all the recent news and update on the situation here in Spain. Take care of you and your loved ones. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you still didn't, right here down below. Click on the bell as well so that YouTube would not forget to notify you when the new videos come out. And see you tomorrow in a new video. Bye, dears.